All right, we turn now to the southern border and a showdown between Texas and the White House. State officials have until the end of the day to allow federal agents access to a park at the border or face a lawsuit. The dispute intensifying after a migrant mother and her 2 children drowned in the Rio Grande last week. DHS says its agents were, quote, physically barred by Texas officials from reaching that family. An exclusive video showing the scene inside that park where the Texas Military Department has set up 2 command centers and are constructing new fencing. Correspondent Allie Bradley joins us live. Allie, any response yet from Texas officials?
Yeah, a lot unfolding here today, Nichole, as today is the day that Texas has to make a move. I just heard from Texas DPS saying that they are not going to be allowing Border Patrol back in today, despite that cease and desist letter coming from the Department of Homeland Security's General Counsel, Jonathan Meyer, saying that the state of Texas needs to allow the federal government to have full access of that Riverfront Park area, that Shelby Park area. Now, Texas DPS does tell me that Border Patrol does have access to the boat ramp and has since Friday. They're just not going to be able to go in there and set up one of those processing centers and to be able to receive migrants underneath that bridge. Now, one of the other things that cease and desist letter calls for by the end of today is for Texas to remove any blockades or barriers that could block access to the Shelby Park area. Now, if the state doesn't comply here by the end of the day today, Meyer says that DHS is going to refer this matter to the Department of Justice for, quote, appropriate action. So we can expect a legal battle to ensue there. The White House calling Texas Governor Greg Abbott's actions extreme under Operation Lone Star here. The spokesperson KJP saying, quote, blocking Border Patrol from accessing the border, that's a problem. When he's blocking them and putting Texas officials, then he's taking away the duties of what the Border Patrol are supposed to do. He continues to prove that he's not interested. He's not really interested in solutions, only seeking to politicize the border. Now, this comes after we reported that a woman and 2 children drowned late last week in the Eagle Pass area. The feds, they blamed the state, saying that agents were physically barred from entering that area to respond to the migrants in distress. But here's the thing. The latest DOJ filing clearly shows that, according to the Mexican officials, those 3 migrants drowned Friday at 8 p.m. Border Patrol agents were not notified until an hour later about those drownings at 9 p.m. Today, the Border Patrol Union is blasting the federal response as propaganda. NewsNation was granted access to that park as people attempted to enter the state illegally. You can see soldiers standing along the river there blocking migrants from entering using those riot shields. Governor Abbott is saying that they're doing what the federal government is failing to do in securing the border. As of right now, troopers are not arresting migrants for criminal trespass, as DPS says the city has not granted access and permission for those prosecutions, and the city has not agreed to prosecute for criminal trespass. So there are still some issues there. If they even make it through that human blockade, what happens next? Now, this all, of course, is the latest, Nichole, and the latest pushback when it comes to the feds and the state of Texas. We know that Governor Greg Abbott has been embroiled in lawsuits when it comes to that buoy barrier he wants to keep in the Rio Grande. He's obviously had issues with the concertina wire, trying to get Border Patrol agents to stop cutting through that wire to reach those migrants. Now, of course, this all comes as we know Governor Greg Abbott has already sent over 100,000 migrants on buses across the U.S. He says he's going to continue doing that, Nichole.
Yeah, no signs of slowing down there. All right, Allie Bradley, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.